Hey folks, welcome back. This is Lucid, and we're jumping back into our game with Lanka. It's turn 8. And yeah, so we've got some battles. Let's see what's happening. We're going and attacking the bats here. Trick for attacking bats, just hold and attack closest. Make sure you're guarding your commanders. No problemo. I think we might have actually lost somebody though. I think we actually might have lost, yeah, we lost one guy. So it's unfortunate, but when you're expanding with little crap heads, sometimes these things happen. Here we're attacking the undead. Do some banishment. Highly effective. And yeah, I think they're running now. This actually can be a tricky fight because these guys tend to not run from, like, you know, morale and whatnot. Anyway, we got a tower shield out of it though, so that's pretty nice. And we got attacked here by villains, and the villains were unsuccessful. Only had 6 PD, so it's going to be interesting to see how this happens. I don't know if I actually watched it in the game. And villains are garbage, but yeah, I guess we got a little lucky. Yeah, pretty lucky, I think. You do that a lot of times, I think we'd probably lose most of them, but got some unrest to go with it though, so thank you. What we're going to do now is consolidate on this Barb province. I think yeah, there's no corpses here. I think it's because they were undead we killed, so no bodies. And yeah, just hold and attack closest. We've got more dudes now, and we've got some backup of Solus. So the main thing you worry about with Barbs is your guys get surrounded and hammered on. And these Solus, as these guys are on hold and attack, the Solus should percolate around the sides and prevent us from getting grouped up on. And we'll probably lose some, but hopefully we don't lose a lot. Because Barbs can definitely, like, either kill a whole stack or cause a lot of damage. Oceania is over here, which means Atlantis is over here. You know, one thing I realized, I haven't showed who's in the game, so let me flash that up. We've got Arco, Satis, Formoria, Vanheim, Helheim, which is not something you see that often. Niflheim, which of course you see all the time. Lanka, which you see sometimes. Macone, which this is like a draft game, so like people pick their nations in a certain order, which, you know, whatever. It doesn't make a huge difference. But Macone was picked first, which is not something you normally see. We have Ubar, the new nation. And I probably need to do a guide on these at some point. Who knows whether I will have done that by the time it comes out. Ubar, for those of you who don't know, they have they can't take an awake god, and they have all these other summons, and then they get more gems. Once their god comes online, a new site spawns in their cap, so that's kind of cool. And then we have Atlantis, who's in the other lake. And then we have Oceania, who's in our lake. But he's got a lot of troops over here, which I'm not super stoked about, but I think this is just to take out the Amber Clan, so we'll see. And I don't know, he has to be careful about picking a fight with me, because I can go underwater, especially once I get undead reanimation set up. Which I'm inclined to do reasonably quickly. I'm going to focus, I think I'm going to be a low research economy with high undead production and high blood hunting. And that's going to be the plan. Like, we're going to do some research, but not a lot. And everything is going to be done with items. So, what do I mean by that? I mean, if we're reanimating, we're going to be using the reanimation item. If we're researching, we're going to be using research items. Yeah. And if we're blood hunting, oh yeah, and blood hunting is the other thing. If we're blood hunting, we're going to be using the blood hunting item. So everything's going to be very item-centric. That's why we're rushing construction. Construction 4. Give us those sanguine dowsing rods. I can't remember if, I need to check actually. I think the reanimation item is construction 4 too. I mean, we can check. I'm sure it's not construction 2. But yeah, I think it's construction 4. Anyway. So we're going to go take these idiots. We're going to run down here and see if I can go cordon off. If I cordon off this, I'm going to be a happy camper. But anyway. We're going to do that. And we're consolidating here. So we should have 2 fights for next turn. Turn 9. Message from Oceania. Profound greetings from a mighty Oceania. First, we have to point out that our wise goat-horned sages have absolutely nothing in common with those mad, body disorganized landlocked creatures known as Penny. Our lands are safe and orderly. Those 2 large-scale attacks made on our province by groups of rebellious Tritons are just an exception to the rule, and they were swiftly dealt with. The witch hunter... I didn't even notice he got attacked by Indies. The witch hunter's hardly worth mentioning, really. There were some doubts about the woman's guilt initially, but the effectiveness of her curse is an infallible proof that she was indeed possessed of magical powers. I don't know if this is referring to an event or like to a particular hero they get or something like that, but anyway, I do find that funny. Also, don't fall under the silly superstition that our lizard neighbors seem to harbor regarding sirens haunting their shores or beautiful lakes, drowning fishermen and whatnot. The truth is a profound aesthetic experience of hearing one of these cute bird ladies sing can be a bit overwhelming to some of the lesser creatures who cannot simply withstand so much beauty at once and feel compelled to throw themselves into the waves of our fragile birdies, with cutesy little claws being far too weak to rescue those unfortunate souls. We attach a bottle of the finest cleansing water as a gesture of our unpredictability. So he gives us a water gem. Oh man, I didn't realize this. We got a 15 PD event in Lanka. That's actually huge. We got a shit ton of PD. The good ill winner giveth and the good ill winner taketh away. So, yeah, okay, here's the barb fight. This is one of the ones we've been putting off, so let's see how it goes. Arcada coming through. Okay, we've definitely taken losses now, but we've basically broken the barbs. Blood Vengeance doing some work there. Just the raw damage output doing some work. Okay, we lost 3 Insuras and some Marcata, but nobody's keeping track. So that's okay. That's the price you have to pay. Coming down here, we were attacking... I can't even remember what this was, if it was heavy infantry or what. I don't think it's light infantry. Yoink. So we take that, yeah, we didn't lose anything. So that's good. And we see Vanheim, who is the other neighbor to Formoria. Yeah. So they're over here. And I think Formoria's cap is right here. So they're already pretty close to Formoria's cap. I would invite them to an early war with Formoria, but I don't want to share the spoils as much as I can anyway. I don't... Oh, we probably can see the bliss because they've got a Van Hurst. So let's see what they did. Oh, this must be a prophet. Or did he not bless himself? No, it's a prophet, okay. Magic weapons, cold resistance, reinvigoration, blood surge. Yeah, we'll ruin these guys. We'll fuck their day. In lots of ways. Yeah, magic weapons we gives no shits about. Cold resistance, I guess. Reinvigoration, we don't... I mean, none of this is going to be... Our sacreds are going to be hard to kill. Blood surge is never going to be in effect. I mean, I guess on his thugs it will be in effect some of the time. Magic... Okay, no, I'm lying a little bit. Magic weapons are going to be helpful against invulnerability. It's not completely worthless. But, I mean, I took invulnerability more like for giggles. But, because it was cheap. So, unfortunately, though, we have discovered an infestation of Formorians to our south. And this will simply not do. So, we're going to go ahead and take this. We're going to hope we bump. And then from here, we can reanimate. I probably should have split these guys up and just had this guy reanimate. That would have been a lot better. So there are corpses here. Here we have these 2 guys reanimating. And this guy's going to come south. And we're thinking about attacking him already. But I want to let him get his fort up first. So we can take it. And yeah, that's basically it. We're going to be expanding over here with just a very small stack. And I think that's it for turn 9. For turn 10, getting close to where I am in the game, guys. I think it's good that I normally save up like the first few turns to do. I think it's good to do that for recording because then I can get through these really fast rather than belaboring expansion too much. Even though I know expansion's like a part of the game a lot of people like a lot. But when I get to a part in the game when like war is breaking out or something, a lot of the times I like think of things when I'm doing these recordings that I don't think about when I'm just playing. So sometimes I like to get caught up. It helps me clarify my thinking and make sure I don't fuck up. Oh, I didn't mention, but I think we prophetized this dude. And I forgot to name him, of course. You can't name him once you prophetized him. But anyway, he's an Air 3 variety, which they're pretty good varieties. In terms of being like a thug or super combatant, technically the Death 2 are better in the mid-game once they get Soul Vortex and Invulnerability. But these are good too. These are probably better. These are probably the best early mid-game when you are just worried about like fatigue on Mist Form and Mirror Image and stuff. And you get like a better Mirror Image if you do this. So anyway. Okay, so we take that. I don't think we lost anything of consequence. And for events, we got some air gems and some nature gems. So our misfortune working out for us just fine here. And we see a throne down this way. And the throne, notably, is Cold 3. So it's probably the Throne of Winter. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and group back up here and potentially prepare for a main assault. We're going to reanimate Long Dead. Here we're reanimating Long Dead too, because I think we're a bit out of corpses. We're going to be bringing in all these guys. And yeah, we'll just come in here and we're hoping he finishes this fort so I can go ahead and take it from him. Oceania, however, has cleared out. I think they took this, and then I'm imagining their army is down here in the little whirlpool part of the pond. Though we will certainly find out. And yeah, that's basically what we've got. Let's go ahead and go to the next turn, which would be turn 10, 11. We can talk about research. We're going to talk about research this turn. I already told you I was rushing construction, but let's talk about it in a little bit more depth. We do have a message from McCone buying 20 fire gems. PM me right now. And we found a site, because I site searched with this dude. A Mirage, so +1 air income, which is nice. And we're out of places to expand, because these fuckers have boxed us in. Now, how do we do an expansion? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We got 13, which is actually not horrible for this map, but I think we're less than Formoria. So we're definitely not happy. We got one province that maybe Satis could claim, but Formoria has taken a bunch of stuff that I think is contestable between the two of us. So we're going to go ahead and take his stuff, but I don't think we're going to do it quite now. We're working on the Palisade. And I'm not going to go overboard on infrastructure because I'm going to put most of my effort into winning the war against Formoria. And that will require things like PD dumps and troops and mercs. I can't remember if I'm buying the mercs. No, not yet. I think I'm going to buy them next turn. But we're moving in a bunch of our sacreds. Here we're reanimating Soulless and all of this business. We've got 10 corpses, so we're going to do some Soulless, some Long Dead. And yeah, I think that's basically it. We're going to be going to war with Formoria soon. And we have a nap with the lizards. We don't have a nap yet underwater. So we go ahead. And I think I might be forging. There's some news that's now happening in the game. Was that 11? I think that was 10. That was 11. There's some news that's happening in the game. So Ubar, who is I think right over here, the predecessor to Nabaa, they're somewhere like over here. They are getting attacked by all their neighbors. I think, as tends to happen with Ubar, because they get really strong once their god awakens. And I think their god has just come out, so people are trying to get them before they get a lot of their new units. And Macone is getting attacked by Niflheim. And I think Niflheim is right over here. So I think there's a blue migration going this way. So anyway, those are the other happenings of the world, and we are about to join into the fray, I think, We don't have any sign of the dragon, so I'm thinking now that my intuition earlier was correct, that the dragon was dead. And has not yet been brought back. And we're going to be bringing in a few more guys to strengthen this. Oh, wait. This is the current turn. Let's go to turn 12. And I think this is the turn we get a war, but I could be wrong. I might wait one more turn. Misfortune, unrest. We found some brigands. They got wrecked. And yeah, this is going to be the turn we get a war. So we're building a palisade. I've been blood hunting here last turn to go ahead and get some blood slaves. I had a Ring of the Warrior I forged, so we put that on this guy. Just going to help if I have to go on elf killing duty with my prophet. And we've got this guy. He's making a Bane Blade, and I think we've got also a Ring of the Warrior being made. This will be very helpful if I have to kill little Formorian elves running around. So yeah, that's that. And we're going to be running in here. Guns blazing. I was hoping for a fort to go up, but I think we first saw him here at 6, so I think it would have gone up by now if he started right away, but maybe I needed to give it one more turn. So maybe we're being a little greedy. Either way, we're also going to be attacking here with some sacreds and then some undead in support. And yeah, that's basically how it's going to go. I also kind of want to fort this up, but we're not going to do that yet. We're going to be putting all of our money into going to war. I think I'm putting bids. Yeah, we're doing a bid on the Far Striker and the Mighty Marcata, and I'm bidding them from Province 82, which is this one. So they'll be able to potentially swing in here or support this army coming in this way. So we'll see. All we see for his... Now, they took out this... He's got something that's scary in this. And I guess I don't think I knew it at the time, but I could have deduced it. It's Furbolg Singers, and because there's no way Furbolg Slingers are going to kill whatever is here. So by the raw powers of deduction, we could have concluded, though I didn't at the time, that we have the Numidian warriors here also, which are pretty phenomenal for expansion. Because these guys have glamour, they're stealthy. Nothing else has glamour, so or even stealthy. So anyway, we basically know through the powers of deduction that these guys are there. And we're bringing in a lot of dudes. I'm not rolling out the undead stack yet, though I could, and they would be helpful if he reinforced this. Like, from my perspective, it'd be pretty obvious that, like, if I were Formoria, I would be thinking I'm about to get attacked when I see this on my border. But we've got a bit too much unrest as a high-income province. We're going to be spending another turn patrolling, and we're going to be doing a little bit more blood hunting and more. I probably should have gone ahead and turned one more guy to Solus reanimation. That would lower the unrest load. But anyway, this is basically what's happening. I mean, super basic. There's nothing really fancy in terms of the formation. So let's go ahead and go to turn 13. The water rushed, the water swelled, a fisherman sat by, and gazed upon his dancing float with tranquil dreaming eye. And as he sits and as he looks, the gurgling waves arise. A maid all bright with watery drops stands straight before his eyes. She sang to him, she spake to him, Why fish dost thou snare, with human wit and human guile, into the killing air? Couldst see how happy fishes live, under streams so clear? Thyself would plunge into the stream, and forever live there. I don't know if this is an ode to him about to attack me, but anyway, he's an underwater nation. We have dealt with those before, and underwater nations are always going to be fuckers. There's nothing you can do. We did kill a Numidian sorceress, which is interesting. I don't know if it was site searching or building a lab and the fort was coming up. But yeah, so anyway, that's good news for us. These guys are pretty expensive. Now, ideally, we would have taken a turn and cracked the fort and then stormed it, but we don't have that option right now. Here we're raiding down here, just a little bit of PD. And we found some water gems. And we have the Formorian, or the Furbolg Slingers down here. Now it's looking to me like if this is me kind of in retrospect, because at the time I wasn't thinking about it, because I didn't think there were a bunch of Numidian dudes here, and I wasn't. Some of this clarity you get by coming back and recording, like I was mentioning, there were like 60 Cynocephalian warriors here, or that was the report, so it could have been like 50 or 40, but a lot, and they just wrecked them. So this group was planning on coming down here to take the throne. And now we've got my guys. We're going to come over here and attack. And I'm going to be reinforcing this with a bunch of sacreds and my mercs and... yeah. Sacreds, mercs, and I think I've got... I don't think my long dead are coming yet. No, we're patrolling. We're getting more blood slaves. So anyway, that's basically that. I think I sent a message to Oceania saying, the songs of your sirens are both sweet and endearing. We wish you luck in your race underwater. We'll be happy to trade you for our water gems if you end up needing them in an early underwater war. You may also notice Formoria has basically trapped me in my cap ring on our border, so I've been forced into war. Hope it works. So anyway, we let him know. Now we could go and attack this, but instead I think... Oh no, I thought I might have pinged this. But no, we just attack up here. And I basically just want to cordon off a bunch of land. And I don't want to move in super predictable ways, so he's less inclined to do PD dumps. Over here we've got a commander, and I'm hoping this guy's building a fort, which we can come take. But in the meantime, we will basically suffer ourselves just to come down here and hope a fort comes up so we can get that plus 600 gold. And yeah, I think that's about it, guys, for this turn. Let's go ahead and go to the next turn. That'll probably be the last one for this episode. In terms of recruitment, we'll just cover this again. Oh, I haven't done research. We're getting these guys, Yogini, to research. We're making some Infamiliars now because we've got some blood slaves. And we got a Mound King because we went Enchantment 2. So right now we went Construction 3. We stopped for a second to get Enchantment 2. This is going to give me Flight, which is going to help with killing dragons and stuff. And then we're going to go back up and get it Construction 4. Enchantment 2 also is going to, and probably more importantly, give me Revive King. It also means I can do Reanimation in a pinch. So anyway, that's Enchantment. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I missed. No. But once his Mound King gets down here, one of the reasons we got it basically is going to free this mage up. He can do Soulless Reanimation, which is going to be a lot better of his time, use of his time than having him patrol. So we do have that. And yeah, that's basically it for turn 13. Let's go ahead and go to turn 14. Turn 14, we have two battles. So this is us attacking what we do not think is a fort. And you can see our sacreds just kind of mulch through them. We lost three really shitty undead. And then down here, or up here, we are attacking the Cynocephalian warriors, which he just cleared out for us. And I don't think we lose anything, no. Now, I want to touch real quickly on how important this province is going to be. So far from him, we have taken two important provinces. This one, which gives us Crystal Amazons, which is just a phenomenal indie. And we've got this one, which gives us Cynocephalian Shamans, which these guys are interesting because they can pillage. They go Berserk, which is pretty nice. These guys also go Berserk. Yeah, even more. Berserk 4. They come in a few varieties. We've got a nature variety, a death variety, an astral variety. So you're going to get one of these, and then you have a 50% chance to get one of them, these paths. So any one of these paths, you actually have a 1 in 6 chance of getting each of these. So if I get 6, on average, I would get one of each, kind of. And half of them would have none of these. And only one of these. But importantly, this is my only Earth access so far. So this actually is really important for that. It's also going to provide Astral access, which is a little redundant with the Shamans. I mean, with the Crystal Amazons. But nevertheless, pretty important. So these are going to be pretty clutch if we can win this war with these guys. Now, what we have seen here is all these idiots here, these furblug slingers, are back here, which if I were perceptive, I would know that basically what this is going to mean is he's brought everybody back home to his cap, which is interesting. So anyway, we're going to be moving here and here. Here we're going to be moving in with about 10 sacreds, all my mercs, some marcata, and some archers. And here we're going to be moving in with these idiots. This is a little ballsy. If he does a PD dump and he has a bunch of Numidian warriors, it could be rough because Numidian warriors have magic weapons. So it would go through the invulnerability part of the bless, but Blood Vengeance is pretty good against expensive, slow-to-mass elves. So I think it's still a matchup that favors us, but if he plays it super well, we could be in trouble. Down in this front, we are going to continue raiding over this way. And so far, he hasn't really put up much of a fight. He's just been letting us take stuff, which I'm a little surprised about. It could be he's waiting for his dragon to get back, or who knows. But anyway, we're going to come over and take this. And, yeah. Fort here is 1 turn away from going up. So that'll be good. And we're going to keep blood hunting. But once our fort's up, we're probably going to stop blood hunting. And we'll go blood hunt somewhere else. Continuing to research, we've got our Infamiliar over here. I think this turn I'm getting another one of these guys. You want to get one of these guys early, especially after you get construction too, just to crank out Alquils. And I kind of want to use him for that, but I probably also kind of want to use him as a thug or like for other things. So we'll see what we end up using him for. Hopefully I can keep him around just to use him for Alquil production. And with that, I think that's going to be the end of this episode. So anyway, I hope it's exciting enough for you because we're getting into a very early war. And I don't know how it's going to go, so we'll have a cliffhanger until next time. Thank you, everyone. See you then.